I chose to just give up, right? What if I chose that, this is just too hard. I'm just stick with the working. I'm gonna stick to the working, look forward to the weekends, go out during the weekends, rinse and repeat, come back Mondays, hate Mondays, right? Guys, you gotta hate the life that you're living so much that you say, I can't do the same shit anymore, right? For me, it took a year for me to realize I can't do this forever, right? It took a year for me to realize I can't do this forever. Some people, it doesn't take a year. They realize that after year 10, right? For anybody that's on the other side of the screen, guys, I want you to know there is so much more out there for you in this life, right? There's so much more God has to give you, right? But you gotta take a risk and you gotta jump. And a lot of people are scared to jump, right? A lot of people wait till they're in situations where they can't jump, man. For anybody out there, man, if you're, I'm talking to the bros. If you're a bro and you have no kids, right? You live at home with your parents, right? You're under 30. Guys, you're in the best position more than anybody, right? It doesn't matter what job you work. You're in the best position because you can take as many risks as possible, right? And I think we sometimes look at social media and sometimes we get so overwhelmed because we see so many people living a crazy, lavish lifestyle on Instagram. But you don't understand, forget that lifestyle. Think about the necessities and the opportunities that you have for just being a person that's, you live with your parents, you're under 30, or the age doesn't even matter. You live with your parents, you're not paying crazy bills, you're working, right? You don't have no kids, you have no liabilities, there's no reasons why you shouldn't be taking a risk. I knew at this moment when I was 23, 24, 25, 26, I said, bro, I can lose as much as I want, right? I can lose as much as I want, right? I can lose as much as I want because I didn't care about the loss. I didn't care about the loss because I understood the time. I'm only 23. I'm only 24. I'm only 25. I'm only 27. I'm only 28. I can take as much risk now, right? I want to take as much risk now, so then guess what? When I wake up one day and I have a family, I don't have to be as risky. I don't have to be risking my last. I don't have to be putting everything I have into a trading account, right? I don't have to be making stupid decisions over a short period of time, right? I can make all those mistakes now. So when it comes to this time, now I'm a little more strategic. Okay, cool, money's coming in. Where do I put that? Okay, cool. This is what I want to do. This is what asset I want to buy. This is what business model I want to buy, right? I can now be more pivotal and I'm taking educated risk, right? 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, I was hustling, right? I'm hustling, trying to figure it out, learning skill sets, figure it out, learning skill sets, figure it out. Now, right, I'm 30, right? I'm 30 now. So I have to be a little bit more strategic on, okay, cool. What is going to get me my net worth higher? How can I, cut down on expenses? What's going to benefit me long term? And what's going to help me doing that, right? How can I make smart decisions over long periods of time? That right now was my pivotal point where I said, okay, cool, I'm 30, I got to make smart decisions. Now, I didn't wait till I was 30 to make smart decisions. I was making smart decisions at 26. I was making smart at 27, 28. But the only difference is I just made a mistake, right? I took a risk and it didn't work out. And guess what? I lost everything, right? But that's the beauty in it, right? For anybody that's out there, if you're young, you can take those risks. You can make those mistakes, right? Because the money, you're always going to make money. You're always going to find a way to make money. The money is always going to find a way, right? Now, are you going to make a lot of money? No, right? But you're going to find a way to make money. So forget about the money, focus on, okay, where do I want to see myself 5, 10, 15 years from now? And that's what my thought process is. And I realized, looking back at it, everything I told myself I wanted before 30, I have that. I have it. I have 2 houses, right? I have 2 properties. I live in a high-rise. I drive a Lamborghini, right? I'm already even thinking about getting another car, but I'm going to wait on that one. Maybe that's going to be my gift towards the end of the year. Right? I have a stream of income. I have a business, right? I've invested into other businesses. I've invested into portfolios, right? Everything that I thought myself that I wanted it to look like, I'm doing that and I'm living in that, right? But it all started with what? Taking a jump, right? Most people are scared to take a jump. Most people are scared of the other side of what life could be like. And I'm here to tell you that the moment you decide to take that jump, the moment you start doing the things that you're scared of, the moment that you're ready to take the risk, right? The moment that you want change, because if you truly want change at your situation, right, then you are going to do everything in your power, right, to change your situation. It's that simple, right? Back then, I told myself I wanted to change my situation, but I didn't do nothing about it, right? Then it got to a point where every single thing that I told myself that I wanted, I said, I have to make it work. I was willing to sacrifice being uncomfortable, right, to get those things that I wanted, right? That meant me posting content, putting myself out there. That meant me public speaking, which I suck at. I used to suck at. Everything that was my former weakness, right? I sucked at public speaking. I sucked at putting myself out there. I sucked at making content. I sucked at trading, right? I sucked at group communication, right? Everything that I sucked at, I made sure to work on in private, right? And guess what, guys? That's my biggest strength now, right? All the things I was scared of, that's my biggest strengths. So now guess what, guys? I can go talk to people that are worth 7, 8, 9 figures, right? I'm comfortable with doing that. I can go public speak in front of hundreds and thousands of people. I'm comfortable with doing that, right? Because I've practiced so much in silence. I put myself in a position that, hey, you know what? All the things that I struggle with, I'm gonna work on these things in silence, right? And I had to do those things for myself, right? Because I understood this, if I want to get to the next level, if I want to be not just a day trader, if I want to be that next level entrepreneur to where I can walk into a room and I can talk to thousands of people in different professions and I can fit in, then I need to be able to overcome these things that I'm scared about, right? Whatever you're scared about, and I don't know that, right? But whatever you are truly scared about, whatever you're going through, right? Only you know that. That is exactly what is going to be your biggest strength, and that is what you need to get you to the next level. And it took my thought process a while to get over that, right? But once I put that into my mind and I started acting on it day to day, applying myself and putting myself out there and being nervous and doing all those things and getting uncomfortable, changes started to happen, right? There's no better feeling, guys, than having that breath of fresh air of just not giving a fuck, right? Guys, I stopped giving a fuck. The moment you stop giving a fuck how people think, how people view you, and how people's perceptions dictate what you do, guys, your life is going to just go uphill. I look at my comments. I can go to my comment section right now. People are frying me as we speak, right? People are saying all types of negative shit, crazy shit that they would never say to me in person, right? They say these things because I have a peace in my mind, because I don't let people's opinions dictate who I want to be. Because if I would have let people's opinions dictate that, I would be in a fucking Lamborghini, right? I wouldn't be able to help my parents. I wouldn't be in a position where I can do things for people that I love, right? So I don't let people's opinions, I'm way past that, right? I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks, right? Whatever is in my heart and what I truly believe, and as long as it's aligned with God, I'm gonna do that. And once I started listening to myself, and I stopped listening to other people's for perceptions on what they wanted me to become or this, shit started going uphill. When I started listening to other people on how I should run my life started going downhill, right? That's what I've learned. Always do what's best for you. Always do what the fuck that you want to do. If you want to do fucking trading, if you want to do this, if that's the thing that you truly believe in and you're willing to put the work behind it and you're willing to make sacrifices and you really are willing to apply yourself and you truly have something behind it and you're not just fucking talking, then go do that, right? Don't let people's opinions dictate that shit, because people will say all types of negative shit. But guess what? The moment you get into a position where things are going good in your life and things are going uphill and you're reaching your goals and you're getting to the next level, then guess what the motherfucker's gonna say? They can't say shit, right? Excuse the language, right? But they can't say nothing, right? They can't say anything. Nobody can say anything. Everybody in high school, everybody in college, right? They used to tell me that, oh, the trade, you're never going to go to play Division I football. They told me I wasn't going to play Division I football. Guess what? I got a full scholarship to play Division I football. My parents didn't have to pay for school, right? They told me that, hey, I wasn't going to go to the NFL. I didn't go to the NFL, right? Went to the CFL. Still had a good opportunity, right? Didn't make it, but I had an opportunity. I'm grateful for that. They told me that trading wouldn't work out. And guess what? Hey, fast forward, right? Every single person that told me that, I make more than them, right? And I say that humbly. I'm not saying that to brag or boast. I say that because if I would have listened to them, then I wouldn't be in a position that I'm in now, or I wouldn't have had any success, right? Or I would be so stuck on their opinions, letting it dictate how I feel about what I want to do in my life, right? Always do what's best for you. Always do what's on your heart. Always do what God puts in your mind, right? Because those things that he's doing, it's not for a reason. It's not luck. It's not a coincidence that you can't stop dreaming about this. It's not a coincidence that you keep thinking about those dream things that you want out of this life. And I'm far where I want to be, right? Because I know I have goals and aspirations of what I can become, right? But I'm grateful for this journey that I'm on, right? All this stuff doesn't mean anything. Remember this. I don't care about this stuff. This stuff is just a stamp on I was right. It was just a stamp on I believed in myself, right? This stuff can be gone tomorrow, right? But what it took me to get here, right? And the journey and the person that I had to become, that matters more than anything, right? So I want to make that very clear, because God can humble me at any time and he can take everything away, right? And if he decides to do that, he does that. But the journey that it took to get here and what I had to overcome and the people I had to ignore and the surroundings I had to change and the things I had to let go, that matters more than anything, right? Because that right there is who I am. That is a representation of what I had to overcome. That right there helps me sleep at night, right? Because I didn't listen to anybody else. I trusted myself, right? For anybody listening, you got to trust yourself. You got to believe in yourself, right? You got to be delusional where people think you're crazy. They think you're stupid, right? Delusion is what's going to get you to that next level. I am crazy. I am stupid, right? I'm sitting in a car right now talking to myself on a camera, right? And I could be doing anything. But this is a reminder of how much I've came from, how much that it took to get here, right? Me speaking life into anybody that's behind the screen that was on the other side, or where I was at. Because when I was dealing through what I was going through, there was nobody there that was helping me, right? So I'm just giving you my examples of what I had to overcome and what I had to do to get where I'm at now, right? And guys, whether you're just trying to be a 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure trader, I don't know what your goals are, right? But you're gonna need to surround yourself with people that believe in you, right? It's better to walk alone than to be surrounded by people that always have something negative to say whenever you're talking about your goals. That always have something bad to say when you talk about getting to the next level, or so unhopeful, or always fucking negative, or always saying bad stuff, right? Excuse the language, but hey, this is my page, right? You can do anything you put your mind to, right? But you got to believe that to yourself, right? And don't let nobody tell you anything about that. Believe in yourself to the highest degree.